There is a plague affecting the games industry right now. One that I don't think can be stopped. And that plague is digital-only games. Recently, Summer Games Fest happened, and you know, it was alright. We saw a lot of Final Fantasy, and they shut off Mortal Kombat, which was cool. But there were a lot of other games that were shown off that had me and my friend really excited. Sure, we're looking forward to Mortal Kombat 1 and all, but that new Yakuza game looked fucking incredible. And Alan Wake 2, while I'm not a huge Alan Wake fan, I was looking forward to playing Alan Wake 2 so I finally can experience whatever the fuck Alan Wake is all about. Point is, Summer Game Fest was awesome, and if you say otherwise, well, your opinion is cringe. Unfortunately though, if you were like me and thought, wow, I can't wait to play these games physically on my disc edition PS5, then you're an idiot. How naive I was to think I'd be able to buy a video game physically to play in my $500 console that was meant to play discs. Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, and Alan Wake 2 will be digital only. Now sure, some of you out there are fine with buying a game digitally. I am too. I have hundreds of games on Steam, half of which I haven't even played yet. But the point is, digital games are fine, because while I have a massive library of digital games across Switch, PS5, Xbox, whatever, I also have the option to buy all those games physically. Hell, even Fortnite has a physical copy if you're feeling like spending a bit of pocket change to get it. Bro, who the fuck is buying this? When I bought the Hitman Reboot trilogy last year, I went out and bought Hitman 1 and 2 on Xbox One after I bought Hitman 3 on PC, because I wanted to own the games physically as well as digitally. You should have a choice as to what option you want to go with when buying your games. With Yakuza, The Man Who Erased His Name, Sega said no to producing physical copies here in the US, and are deciding to only release physical copies in Japan. Alright, but that's pretty tame. At least there's a physical copy you can buy, even if it's in a completely different language, and you'd have to pray you find a Japanese copy on eBay somewhere. But at least you can get one. Wish the same could be said for Alan Wake 2. Remedy, the same people behind Control, which, might I add, did have a physical copy, decided the best thing to do for Alan Wake 2 was to make it digital only. Don't you think hardcore Alan Wake fans would have loved to put the game on the shelf with the rest of their other Alan Wake games they've owned for years? Apparently, Remedy doesn't think so. And if you think this stops at Alan Wake 2 and Yakuza, you have no idea how much worse it gets. Starfield. A game that's said to be Bethesda's most ambitious game yet. A massive, open-world space RPG with endless possibilities. And Bethesda couldn't even put it on a fucking disc. Look, I know everybody has been shitting on Starfield a lot as of late, with it being locked at 30 FPS on the Series X and S. But today, I wanted to rag on it for a different reason. And it's the fact that Bethesda is charging $300 for a collector's edition with no disc. You heard that right, $300. And the game isn't even included in the package. You get a digital download code. Awesome, great, just what I wanted for $300. A 25-digit code to download the game I spent $300 on. Now, as frustrated as I am with Spider-Man 2 and how it's doing the same thing for its collector's edition, only giving you a download code for the game, at least there exists a physical copy of the game you can buy to put with everything included in its collector's edition. With Starfield, you're just fucked, and it costs $50 more than Spider-Man 2's collector's edition. Look, this video was a bit of a rant, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments saying, just buy a digital pussy, or it's not the end of the world. Which yeah, it's not, but at the end of the day, I bought a console that's capable of playing discs. I am planning on buying a lot of games this year physically to play them on PS5. RoboCop Rogue City, Mortal Kombat 1, just to name a few. It just sucks knowing there's a lot of other games coming out that just won't allow me to use the console that I paid $500 for to its fullest. By no means am I trying to say digital games are all bad. I think for indie games, digital only isn't all that bad, as indie developers don't have that kind of money to mass produce physical copies for their games. The examples I gave in this video though aren't indie games, they're AAA games developed by big companies who can afford to make physical copies for their games. It seems the game industry is pushing digital games more than ever though, because Xbox just recently showed off a new version of the Series S with more storage. That's always nice, but it seems disc consoles are seemingly being left in the dust as the digital consoles are getting way more attention than the more expensive versions of the consoles with a disc drive that most people are buying. So to end off this video, I just want to say to the publishers pushing for making games digital only, please stop it, as it benefits nobody. Besides people who like digital games, and if you're one of those people, why are you even watching this video?